It ain't easy.
It ain't easy being breezy. It ain't easy being cheesy. That's that reference. It was killing me through the whole episode.
It could also be It Ain't Easy Being Green.
I like cheesy better.
Yeah, but that was even a reference to the Kermit the Frog song.
There is no blanket jar better than Neil Peart! Ah! Family Guy again.
Oh, okay.
Puts his hand... That's true, though. There is no drummer better than Neil Peart, but that's another subject for the Clockwork Angels review. Yep.
Really? I thought it was the lead singer that worked with them. I didn't realize it was the drummer.
Yeah, the drummer wrote all the lyrics for Rush, except for the first two albums, obviously, because he wasn't with them.
Huh.
And the occasional Geddy Lee song. It was almost the vast majority of their work, like 99.9%,
was by the drummer.
Neil Peart. That's why they call him the Professor.
Huh.
Oops.
That's actually interesting, because you don't really hear the drummer... You hear the drummer, yeah, coming up with the rhythm and everything.
Oh,
like
yeah.
He's coming up with the songs, but most of the lyrics you usually hear coming from the vocalist.
Well, Alex Lifeson, the guitarist, wrote a song once, and it was called I Think I'm Going Bald, so that should tell you something.
Ha!
Good song.
Anyway, back on subject.
Yeah. Well, one final thought on this. Neil Peart is a very introverted person. Those are the people you usually think of as writers, so, yeah, doesn't really even talk to the band after the shows. But again, back to the show. It ain't easy being breezy.
It ain't easy being breezy.
It really isn't. Especially if you're in the world of Equestria.
Oh god, an acorn could kill you.
An acorn could kill you in real life, too. Acorns are dangerous.
Yeah, but it would have to land in a very particular spot. For them, it just has to land anywhere
Okay,
near
look,
them.
I almost choked to death on an acorn
A
once.
leaf blew them off course.
I almost choked to death on a leaf once, too.
Did you eat it?
That and the acorn together, yes.
Yeah, that's why.
Can't help it. Acorn just sounds
That's
so
why.
tasty.
You're learning lessons that you should have learned back when you were, like, 5.
Look, this was a long time ago, almost
About
a year
20
ago.
years too late.
Look, it happens, okay? Back to the episode.
Yes, back to the episode. I like the Breezies.
They were
Kinda.
interesting. Their hometown was kind of cool. I still say they listen to black metal because they're Swedish or Nordic.
There's some sort of... Yeah, there's some Nordic...
Instead of saying Hail Satan, they say Hail Luna.
Hail Luna.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think they're in another dimension, or...
I think it's...
what do you think that portal leads to?
I think it's just a hole in the wall that opens. I think it's right through the wall, that dimension.
But it's in the middle of a tree.
The tree? It's a tiny tree.
No, wait, it was in the back of a cave, so yeah, I think you're right. The door is... It's actually a door. Then why was it such a big deal that they had to go... Well, I could see why it would be a big deal for them to have to get through the portal.
And listen to black metal.
But if the portal closed and they didn't get behind... Oh, that would take Fluttershy out of the show then.
Yeah,
I would
really.
think that, yeah, Fluttershy would just have to take care of them at the cave and just wait for the next time it would open.
Exactly. Or take care of them in her house and wait for it to open again.
She would I don't know, there'd be a lot of work to actually take care of those things.
For sure. Well, Fluttershy can handle it.
Fluttershy could handle it, but think of it like this, they're also carrying that pollen to their world as well. They need that pollen for something. I'm guessing it's probably food.
Toilet paper.
What, you think it's like wood pulp?
No, that was a joke.
Yeah.
I did have one thing I wanted to bring up. that
Yes.
I brought up in the middle. What was the main character's name? Seabreeze?
Yeah, Seabreeze.
You remember the Dungeons and or the episode of Dexter's Lab where they're playing D&D?
Yeah.
There's a character in the very end when
Great episode.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite.
It's my favorite, period. But
Of course.
you see Dee Dee, she's the princess.
I like the one when they had the whole family make the mech.
That was great too, but
That was my favorite episode.
I like the crossover with Monkey and... But anyway,
Yeah.
what I had to say about this one specifically, that character, Seabreeze, looks disgustingly similar, not really disgusting, you know what I mean, though, very,
Yeah.
very similar to a character in that episode. If you remember in the end, Dexter opens a pixie stick, pours it out, and there's a pixie that flies out, and it's like Princess Dee Dee's best friend.
Uh-huh.
It's a guy, it's very effeminate, it has the same color, the same hairstyle, the same hair color as
And
Seabreeze,
it just has clothes.
and the only difference is Seabreeze has clothes and is a pony.
Mm-hmm.
If we could find a picture and put it up here, I think it would be helpful. But seriously, and you mentioned something about Greg McCracken and Lauren Faust being married.
At least I think they were.
Either way, we know they've worked together before.
Yeah, they've definitely worked together. I mean, Cartoon Network Studios was very well interconnected.
So I honestly think that was on purpose. I choose to believe that they did this on purpose.
Oh, I actually wouldn't doubt it. They seem to be giving a lot of shout-outs that only we would catch as...
Tim Breezy, the sweet transvestite. I'm just a sweet transvestite.
Yeah, you thought that Seabreeze was a chick while we were watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was a girl too when I first watched it, and then I actually looked through the wiki and realized, oh, there was a visual difference. There are male and female Breezies. I thought they were all girls. Turns out the eyes are different.
Tim Breezy.
Tim Breezy?
I choose to believe that that's Tim Curry because it's a sweet transvestite.
I'm just a sweet transvestite.
That was on the other day.
Was it?
The Rocky Horror Picture Show. I think it was on IFC.
Oh, shit.
So I watched it, and then I fell asleep halfway through because I had to go to work the next day, so it's kind of sad, but you know.
These things happen.
But overall, I did like this episode. It's not one of my favorites, but it's up there. It was good. It was interesting to see another race. Episode. Yeah, and we saw the key. It was the flower in Fluttershy's hair.
Okay, so far, what do we have? We have a spool of thread.
Yeah. Badge.
The badge, which from Spitfire.
From Spitfire.
The thread was from Coco. That was to Rarity. The badge to Rainbow Dash. Pinky, we have Boneless.
Boneless chicken.
From Cheese Sandwich.
Mm-hmm. We have the flower for Fluttershy.
And now we have the flower for Fluttershy.
So now we still need Twilights and Applejacks, right?
So yeah, we just have Twilight and Applejack next.
You know, they should have got Applejack out of the way first, because hers is going to be pretty forgettable.
Yeah, but have you noticed how during any time that the elements of harmony seem to be part of an arc, it's always honesty first?
True.
Like, they always went...
You mean Rainbow Dash? Rainbow Dash is honesty.
Okay, they always went Applejack first.
Okay. Still.
What, you think that they literally just mixed up which one was which?
Well, look at the differences. Applejack... I don't know, because Applejack seems like the one that's more loyal.
I don't know. Look at the initial test from the very first episode, though. Well, the 2 pilots.
Brain not working. Enlighten me.
Applejack telling Twilight, let go. You'll
Trust.
You'll fall, but you'll be okay. Trust me.
And, of course, but they kind of...
Yeah, they kind of just went through that. I mean, it really could have been anyone there.
I feel like with this whole show, though, they've gotten so much better with subtlety and being able to just... Because there was nothing subtle about the revelation of their elements. Not at all in the first episode.
Maybe that's why the elements of harmony were just gotten rid of then. I don't know. We're going to see Applejack eventually learn a lesson in honesty.
That sometimes a noble lie is a good thing? Plato? Plato's one of the smartest motherfuckers I know.
Sometimes a lie is easier to take.
Sometimes it's important to lie. Sometimes there's things people just shouldn't know.
Yeah, but that's kind of like something that Discord would teach her more than anything.
If that happened in this...
What, if Discord actually taught Applejack a lesson? Though,
and if he actually got serious for a moment...
Sometimes a lie is easier to take. Just let it go.
If he said that, it seemed like it's like just in character enough so if we could have a serious moment with Discord there.
Sometimes we haven't even serious moments with Discord yet.
Even being sick, he was lying. I had the blue flu the other day at work.
You called off?
I went home. I was having a very mild panic attack, but I just didn't want to be there.
Hopefully your coworkers never come across these. Like they would care now.
Only Zach would. No, they'd probably just laugh and say, I knew you weren't. No, they wouldn't know because, as I mentioned before, I can raise my body temperature at will, and I'm a very good actor.
So you had the blue flu.
I felt bad because some of them were kind of worried about me the next day. Like some of them were like, "Are you feeling better?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Cause you look really bad," and I was faking it. They were legitimately worried. I should be an actor.
Get that affliction in your voice. You're gonna be a voice actor.
Yeah, it's true.
I just have to get over the stutter occasionally.
Well, that's easy enough to do for short times.
Yeah. And it's
Why don't we should mention the con in this episode.
Oh,
they can't see what I'm holding.
I went to a convention yesterday and I got 3 different things. The Adventure Time version of Munchkin, a print that from one of the local artists of a human Princess Twilight.
Check her out on DeviantArt, Asparagus Apparatus. There, we did some advertisement for you. If you ever see this, you're welcome.
And
the most important one,
a Rarity plushie.
And it's accurate to the show.
I went to this convention with it in my head of I'm getting a plushie. That was literally what I went to the convention to buy.
And there were no Luna plushies.
No, there were no Luna plushies. They only had this rarity. I'll actually post a picture of these little spoils that I got.
Yeah.
It was this rarity, a Rainbow Dash, and Rainbow Dash in winter gear.
Huh.
I was half tempted to get the Rainbow Dash in
We're in
winter
Buffalo.
gear.
You should have gotten it.
I should have, but Rainbow Dash is not one that I would want a plushie of. I don't know why.
I would. I find Rainbow Dash enjoyable, like, in an ironic... Because, like, she says all the things I say ironically.
I was half debating getting you, like, someone actually had, like, knitted, Cthulhu's.
Oh my god.
I was half tempted to get you something, but I'm not sure how you would have felt on that one.
It depends what it felt. But...
Yeah, it was felt wool.
Oh, okay.
It was felt wool. It was about, like, it was small. It was, fitted in the palm of your hand. I'm trying to keep it to an accurate size that the audience would be able to say,
The
so
palm of your hoof.
Yeah, I'm limited to just my voice right now for the audience sake.
But back to what I was saying a moment ago with Rainbow Dash, the way I enjoy the things she says. And you know why? How many times have you heard me say ironically, ain't no thing?
Ain't no thing.
When she said it, I had a fan attack. I was like, yes!
Where?
I don't remember the episode. Like, she's talking about, like, something they have to do. And she's just, like, going off about it. She's just, we'll just do this, and that. Ain't no thing. And I was like, yes!
I don't remember what episode that was either, but I remember you having that little excitement about it.
If she said dog, like, ironically, I don't think she could, but...
We're going on, like, almost 12 minutes, and we haven't talked much about the episode.
Just saying I'd have a fan attack. I'd be like, yay! But, yes, back to the episode.
Yes, back to...
I like this one. Didn't love it.
It's definitely middle tier for me.
But any Fluttershy episode, I'm going to enjoy.
It teaches a good lesson, though.
I can't help but like Fluttershy.
I have to say that, to me personally, Fluttershy's lesson is the most relevant.
Uh-huh.
I've never been really split on my loyalties before.
Yeah.
I always knew who I was going to stick with.
Yeah. I think Rainbow Dash knew too overall.
I've never really given too much. I don't really have much to give to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, what else?
Should the Doctor and Derpy be watching with us?
If you want to bring him down.
They should be on the table watching with us.
What, have all my ponies around?
All of My Little Ponies.
All of my little ponies.
Yes, that's what I wanted you to say. Here. This one's heavier.
Really?
Doctor, you gained a few pounds.
You think that Derpy with a frickin' tail.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the episode. I don't have much to say about this one, really. I did like the lesson that you can't always be super nice and soft-spoken. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to be a dick to get something accomplished.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind. That's actually something that I actually had to learn at work, really. Mm-hmm. Like, this was a lesson I actually...
In your line of work, yes.
I was able to actually take this episode, take its lesson, and apply it to my own life. If that says that's just a little kid show, then you are wrong. If you still say that.
There was a Hunter S. Thompson reference in it. Of course it's not just a kid's show.
Did you mention your fangasm over that during the 3?
I definitely did, and I'll mention it again. I was jumping up and down. I was screaming. I kept saying, and I quote, Discord S. Thompson! Discord S. Thompson! And pictures my back? No.
Yeah, he had a severe fangasm for that.
I almost had a heart attack. Because both of us actually
just all the references that Discord was throwing out that episode.
Yeah, most of them were excited me, but that one I almost died. I was just like, yes!
Like, I was pausing during the glass of water song, just kept rewinding, pausing.
And I was like, oh,
Harry Potter reference. Boom. Another reference. Boom. Another reference. Boom.
And I was like, that's cool. That's cool. Did they do a reference to Q? They should have.
I don't know. They did reference to Dirty Dancing, for Christ's sake.
And exactly, I was like, yeah. And then that came up. My eyes open wide. My pupils shrunk. My jaw dropped. And I couldn't stop saying Discord S. Thompson. If you go back and listen to that vlog again, you'll hear me in the vlog. I talk about it for about 5 minutes, just nonstop. Because we're both huge fans of Hunter S. Thompson. I've read
him a little more than me. I've only really read, and I've never seen the movie of it, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
We need to watch it before we do the project. Because we're going to make some references
that we
to
do.
The movie.
We have to. I think we're generally just going to be taking the script from the movie and just changing it up to...
Because we can't take the Backcountry line out. It's not in the book, but...
Yeah, we can't take that out.
We can't stop here. This is Flutterback country.
Flutterback country.
Dr. Gonzo was fun too. I really am excited about this.
Oh, God.
As your attorney, I advise you. I'm going to be saying that a lot. That's more in the book than the movie.
I think we're probably going to be like half taking the script and converting it as well as our own improv.
There's going to be a lot of our own jokes in it, of course.
I have a good feeling that a good majority of our sketches are just going to be, the script at some point is just going to be improv here.
Mm-hmm. We could even take references from other Thompson works if we really wanted to. Like little jokes from like the Rum Diaries or...
I haven't read or seen the Rum Diaries.
I'll run you through it at some point.
All I know mainly with the movies is that Johnny Depp always played Hunter S.
Because he did it perfectly.
He hung out with the guy.
Lucky son of a butt.
Like right as soon as he signed up with Fear and Loathing.
Well, yeah, he had to get to know him.
He called up Thompson and hung out with him that entire time.
He's so lucky. I wish I'd gotten
He
to
hung
do
out
that
with him
before he
throughout.
died.
He talked to him. He was at his funeral. He kept as good friends with Hunter S.
I would love to have known Hunter S. Thompson in my life.
That would have been interesting.
I would love to, like, if I ever met him, if I did get to meet him, I'd dress up as him and say, "Hey there, how you doing?" I wonder if he'd find that funny or annoying. Although he did have some degree of pride, he'd probably find it funny. He was a proud guy.
He was very full.
Not to a sinful level, but
he was full of himself, but not prideful.
Yeah, he was great. He was
like he wasn't a boaster.
Yeah,
he wasn't a tricksy.
I actually watched an episode. I watched an episode of The Last 24 about him. It was legitimately emotional to watch that because it's all about how he came to kill himself.
I'm trying to think of something else to say about the Breezies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Went off again.
Well, we went off for a bit.
Did we mention that the main Breezy is Tim Curry?
Yes.
In my head, I heard Tim Curry's voice talking.
Yes, we even mentioned just how difficult to tell their gender.
The eye shape. I think you told me that just now, actually. Round eyes is male and the almond eyes is female, right?
Yeah, I told you that, as we were watching.
Oh my god, the bees. Why is with this show the bees?
Yes, we forgot about the bees. How did we not mention the bees?
We can take a million scenes from this and throw in the audio from the bees scene in Wicker Man. Seriously.
Dude.
The bees! I just want to take the...
that was interesting, that the way that Seabreeze's antennae lit up.
Yes, you mentioned that. That's kind of cool.
And also, this is the big part that I wanted to bring up.
What?
The spell.
Oh yeah, with your character.
Yes. The reason why my character has dragon ears, has dragon wings, curved ears, is because of this spell. I consider these vlogs to be outside of the canon of our show, so you already know this outside of it, but...
Should we mention the fact that we're thinking about doing comics too?
You just did.
Okay, well that's really all we need to say. We're thinking about doing comics too to avoid content IDs. We'll talk more about it later.
Yeah.
Continue.
But yeah, as I was saying, as the spell was being cast, he took the template off of a dragon that he became friends with.
Spark.
Yeah, Spark.
And I remembered it.
Yeah, she'll show up in our... we'll have sketches actually depicting all this, but those will take a while because he doesn't... Golden Scales really doesn't like talking about this subject because he considers himself disfigured.
Plus we work so much.
You say he's a miracle of modern magic.
Yes. Well, here's the fun thing.
He says he's an abomination.
Here's the fun thing, though. Look at the way they think about themselves. Rocky thinks it looks cool. He has no chip on his shoulder about it. He doesn't consider himself broken, despite the horn. And Golden Scales has a total opposite opinion about himself. Again, fortune out of misfortune with Rocky.
Yeah, but here's the thing, is that as the spell was being cast, it actually even went with the transformation sequence that we've seen, split amongst the six. Is that it's got the antennae, then the wings, then they started shrinking down. Here's the thing that happened with Golden Scales, is that as the spell was cast...
He bucked up.
It took a bit of the dragon magic with him, and... It didn't just change his shape, it changed his biology, it changed everything about him. That it first started with his ears. Normally he would have just grown horns out of his head or something. Out of his forehead or something. Instead, they grew inside his ears.
Yes.
Very painful process, and he knew that was the very first instance. He heard that there was some tingling, and
It might feel funny at first.
It might feel funny at first.
I love things that feel funny at first, Pinky. Oh God.
Yeah, and he thought that wouldn't be it. He had never heard anything about pain when researching this spell. So as he was, his ears hurt because the horns grew inside them, hence why they're curved.
Think about it this way: if you've ever
And
had
then
your ear
he
pierced,
collapsed to the floor right away as the wings started to grow. Again, a very painful process. He was feeling everything coming out. And as the wings came out, his horn receded. When the wings were fully formed, the horn was gone.
And that's where it bucked up.
And the spell stopped there. And he had the conduit for the spell was completely gone at that point. It's discontinued, and he got stuck in the in-between point before he changed size or shape.
You know, you got that cool story, and Rocky just dropped a bucket on his head.
Yeah, there's an interesting backstory to even leading up to that spell.
Is there?
Yeah.
Well, let's not give too much away. Save some for the...
we'll leave it for like a campfire story way later. Well,
Sing
at
our
some point
campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song.
Shut up!
That annoys everybody. Except for me, apparently.
No, that would actually be a line he'd say.
Stop!
Nah, you'd be the one that would do the overreaction. I'd just do the, shut up!
He'd probably just sit quietly, put the guitar away, and pout for a while. That's what Rocky would do.
Yeah, then he'd just get a quick fireball at him.
Well, as Rocky said, he lit himself on fire 5 times trying to start up camp in 1 week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that every time we're setting up camp, you're trying to spark the spell for the fire. Mm-hmm. And every time I'm just seeing like these little sparks flying haywire everywhere, and some of them even hitting your face, and I'm
You're gonna burn the whole forest down!
Dude, let me just yell at the thing and light it.
Wish things caught fire when I yelled at them in both real life and as Rocky. Like someone over the phone when I'm at work. Shut your mouth! Hang up. Oh man, I hate my job.
I have a feeling we're just gonna have the most random possible things.
It's gonna be fun though.
Well, here's the thing: is that I definitely see random cutaways. Because let's face it, we're gonna be in a similar style to like Rainbow Dash Presents and the and FiM Philosophy's shorts.
He's a genius.
Yes, that
or she. I'm not sure which it is.
It's a guy.
He's a genius.
It's 2 guys actually.
They're geniuses. Oh, Tracker's
It's 2 guys doing the same thing.
Tracker's odd.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty much the same we're just going to be doing a different take on our own project using a similar style.
What are these elder things? I demand you tell me everything you know.
What are these elder things? I demand you tell me.
I am a normal child and do not know.
We'll have to go back and see which one of us did a better,
Yeah, really.
did a better Thracker's Odd.
I demand to know what these elder things are.
I demand to know.
My childish curiosity is piqued. Because I am a stupid child. I am being stupid like everybody else. That's my favorite line for Mentally Advanced.
Yeah, remember this is around like 23 minutes.
Perfect. But really, I don't have much to say about the episode itself.
Yeah,
that's usually when we go off on tangents.
Yeah, the episode itself really doesn't have... There isn't much to say here about the episode itself.
Yeah, really it was pretty straightforward.
It was a pretty straight episode.
It did introduce something with your character.
Yes, cruelness to be... Yeah, this was more just a lot of exposition on our own parts, just of what we have planned for the channel. Because, yeah, this is just us introducing you guys to the guys who will be working on all this crap that you're going to see on this channel.
And if we don't get 1,000 viewers, we will kill Diamond Tiara. As a matter of fact, no, if we do get 1,000 viewers, we'll kill Diamond Tiara.
We will commission someone to... We will actually get someone to make a Diamond Tiara plushie.
Where she's dead?
No. Oh. For the specific purpose of us burning it.
Yes!
We have to tell them, too.
Yeah, we'll just say, we intend to burn it, so if you don't want to do this, don't.
We intend to burn it, so...
Well, I think if they're a brony, they would be okay with that.
Yeah, we'd have to find a patron or a brony who actually makes the plushies.
We will crucify and burn Diamond Tiara.
Crucify her, too?
I hate her. You know, I have a very, very strong stance against bullies. To me, they're the lowest form of life.
I don't know. We might be able to just crucify her and hang her up on
yes!
wall.
Even better!
No, you can hang her up on your wall.
Yes. That's what I'm doing. I'll have it hung up on the wall, crucified.
That would be the first bit of pony merchandise you'd have.
No, I have to get a Luna first.
You have to get a.
Don't say it, because I know you're thinking it.
Yes, I am. I'm trying to avoid it, but gosh darn it, I can't help it. You want to get a plushie of your waifu to cuddle with?
Should I tell them the story you told me a few minutes ago?
Oh, I had a dog that I slept with too.
This is a pony.
I sleep with stuffed animals all the time.
I wrap my arm around a pillow when I sleep because it makes me feel good. I'm not kidding. And it supports my arm.
Well, gee, there's an entire line of pillows in Japan that's actually very popular. And customary, even.
That it's a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a bit too creepy for me.
Well, actually, the person print on it is optional. But it is highly suggested to sleep with one of them.
Huh. Well, here's
the thing. It separates your legs to begin with while you're sleeping.
Why do you have a Sons of Anarchy hat?
Oh, you just noticed that? First time I went to the bar that my mom usually goes to, I just turned 21.
We gotta go to a bar sometime and drink.
I was just turning 21, or I was turning 21, and Mom was just kind of letting me in there saying, it's alright, he's with me.
Oh.
Because biker bar.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of funny.
And one of the guys I met there, I had long hair. It fell in front of my face all the time. He said, you gotta get rid of that or grow it out. I told him I'm growing it out. Mm-hmm. And he said, you don't have a hat? No. Well, here you go. Gave me the cap right off his head. Every man needs a hat.
There's your key. Did your eyes shine rainbow when you got it?
No. There was no rainbows that I seen. Yeah, I'm actually curious as to whether or not that rainbow pattern that they're seeing is, what's the word I'm looking for?
Cheese.
Diegetic?
Yeah, if it's outside of the show.
Yeah, whether or not they're actually seeing it, or it's just a visual that we're seeing that saying,
That's what it seems
these
like.
are the connections.
Yeah. But what was I saying a moment ago? Oh, I feel I should bring this up because if people are watching this, they know who we are. So I'm going to say something about myself here.
Alrighty.
I've decided to become a mortician. Fun fact, I'm a brony who is a mortician and a Satanist.
That listens to death metal.
That listens to both death metal and Coldplay.
Well, Satanism isn't even violent. And
None
of those are violent.
No, it's not violence. It's just the fact that it's such a huge contrast between My Little Pony, morticianism, and Satanism. But, I'll talk more about my personal beliefs. I'm thinking about starting up a channel to talk about Satanism a little bit, but...
Not gonna worship your waifu? Worship the moon.
What did we just talk about? She is
hey, you already put her up on an altar.
And I'm thinking about plushies. So what? And I almost spent $40 on it. So what?
Wait, did you actually look up a plushie?
No. Maybe. Perhaps. Possibly. Probably. Definitely.
I'm just waiting for you to finish up the chain with yes.
Yes. And I found only one that was realistic to the show. But it was $40. It might be worth the $40. I'm thinking about spending $200 to register as a Satanist.
Why register yourself as a Satanist?
Yeah, just seems like it's something that seriously, in all honesty, it has helped me figure out a lot of things in my life. It's helped me deal with a lot of the things going on in my life. I feel strongly about it, and I feel like I want to be a part of it.
Honestly, I do take to the rules of Satanism. I mean,
everybody does who isn't a Christian.
Don't harm children.
My version of that is don't bring harm to the harmless.
They have a rule about rape.
They do. Don't give unwanted sexual advances. It's one of the 9... either the 9 principles or the 11 satanic rules of the earth.
11 satanic rules.
I thought it might be among the 9 sins of Satanism. But
yeah,
yes,
and you gotta love how they don't go for the marketing number either.
Yeah, number 6. Could have been 6. Well, you want to know something really funny?
Like the top 10.
Yeah, really.
Like the 10 rules or the 10 commandments.
Did I tell you what I found out when I looked into registering?
Huh.
Their P.O. Box is P.O. Box 666.
Yeah, I already knew that.
That made me smile. It's because P.O. boxes are set numbers. They actually went and got P.O. Box 666. I got to give them some respect for that.
What? Just a little attention to detail they gave?
Well, lack of aesthetics is the 11th or the 9th sin.
Is it?
Not being ugly, but not trying with yourself.
Hang on, 9th sin. Do you mean one?
There are 9 sins in Satanism.
Okay, Okay. Oh yeah, you're right.
Number 9 is lack of aesthetics, and to me what that means...
I forgot about the sins. I thought it was rules.
9 sins, 9 symbols as to what Satan represents, and 11 rules to follow.
Well, I just approved the aesthetic around my computer desk.
Exactly, and it's not about looking good.
I feel the need to... although... It's honestly debatable as to whether or not I want to move the Twilight poster to her because I feel that side lacks a little more.
Have I mentioned, though, that that's why in my headcanon Rarity is a Satanist?
Huh.
Because lack of aesthetics is the 9th sin, and look, she puts all of her effort into everything. And to me, that's what it means, though. It means putting effort into being your best and looking your best. Not necessarily being a good-looking person or even buying expensive clothes, just putting your best effort.
I don't put any effort into the clothes I wear. I pick out a t-shirt.
That's okay, but you picked t-shirts you liked, right? That you thought looked good?
Honestly, all my t-shirts look the same.
Well, if that's what you like.
All my t-shirts look the same, except for a couple of them have different colors. Like, they're all black shirts. They all are just... The only difference is a picture on the front.
Do you like the
picture? A picture or words.
Do you like the words of the picture?
Let's see. The Get Away From Me shirt that I'm wearing right now...
Aesthetics. You thought it looked good, so you got it.
I've had this shirt since I was like... Oh, God, I think I was in middle school when I got this one. I'm amazed it still fits me, especially as well as today. It must have been freaking giant on me back then.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or I was a very disproportionate kid.
I'm losing weight. I've lost 13 pounds now.
But anyway, do you have anything else to say about the Breezies?
Yeah, somehow I went off on a satanic rant here. But the Breezies, well, speaking of Satan, I still think they listen to black metal. Luna is God!
They worship Luna and...
Everybody worships Luna.
But yet they still say, "Oh my Celestia." Actually, there's a video I have to show you after this.
Well, anyway, though, back to the Breezies. To me, they live in a Swedish/Nordic society. They listen to black metal. That's what I think. They love Marduk and Mayhem. Well, I don't think they listen to Mayhem. Mayhem is sometimes even too far for me.
Okay, what would their... Marduk?
Marduk.
Marduk.
Who's Marduk? M-A-R-D-U-K?
Do you really think that it would exist there?
I don't know how it's
Marduk, yes. M-A-R. M-A-R-E.
Oh, so...
Wow!
Hey, this is mine now. How did you do that? Anyway, listen to Marduk there. Marduk did an excellent cover of it.
Now you're actually just saying it, referring to the actual band.
That might be how it's pronounced, I don't know. But Marduk actually did an excellent cover of Bathory's Conspiracy with Satan.
I was just making the pony pun.
Marduk.
I'm surprised you didn't catch that.
Okay, so this is going to happen. This is going to be fan art. If the guys from Marduk see it, they're going to be like, oh, what the See, I stopped myself. Oh, man, did somebody really... I can't do the accent. Do a Norwegian accent to say, did somebody really do this?
I can only do it if I'm trying to mock a Breezy.
Did somebody really do this?
I can only do it if I were trying to mock a Breezy.
I'm going to make that picture. And then...
I'm producing. You think one's really freaking do this?
Did somebody really freaking do this? They would bother them, I guarantee you, because they're all, like, really dark people. They'd probably think it was disrespectful, but it's not, because I love this show. And I love Marduk. Or Marduk. Well, let's do more other pony puns for other black metal.
Hang on, is there an tune above it?
Huh? No, there's not. Well, there might be, but they don't put it there for aesthetic purposes. What about Mayhem? Mayhem? No, we can't use Mare twice, can we?
Hayhem.
Hayhem! Yeah, instead of Necro... No, we can't... I can't think of one song that they could parody for this show and make it appropriate. I mean, Mayhem's got songs about necrophilia, murder, Satan, murder, Satan, murder, and now it's about the Illuminati because they've gone in a more progressive rock direction, but that's not the point. The point is I cannot make Mayhem appropriate by any stretch. Necrolust. Look up the lyrics when you get a chance. You'll throw up. I'm not kidding.
I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, because I told you you'd throw up, right?
Yes.
Oh my god. And it's so stupid.
That and on top of it, the name itself just... Hey.
Necrolust.
Yeah, it sounds like an unattractive band.
Music's good. That's all I can say.
To me, it sounds like an unattractive band.
Well, Rarity would find them uncouth. Oh my, this music is so brutish. Oh my god. Well, here's what I said. I was talking with Kari about this. Coleman J. Broski, check out his rap. He's brilliant. I said, what if the ponies heard Mayhem? What do you think they would react with? He couldn't think of anything. This is how I think they'd all look. And then, like, I think...
Reminds me of Bo Burnham singing...
Oh, much worse. Much worse. Fluttershy would probably legitimately cry.
Like, even Vinyl Scratch wouldn't even just be wouldn't even be laughing.
I think Discord would enjoy it. Discord would be like, I am loving every minute of this.
Oh my, that is brilliant.
Fluttershy, why are you crying?
Fluttershy, it's what's wrong? Oh, all right.
Oh, all right, we'll leave. I think Fluttershy's the only one who can leave the show.
Anyway, I got nothing else to say about this episode.
We said very little about this episode.
We said very little because it really is a straightforward one.
More good
Although there were a lot of jokes. It was pretty funny, but it was a straightforward episode.
It was a middle tier for sure.
Although, yes, I did have to rewind because, as he mentioned, we do have the Doctor and Derpy here. Mm-hmm. I am a Doctor Who's fan, so yeah, I had to go back and sleep for a second.
I'm a fan of anything to do with My Little Pony that doesn't involve socks or clopping. I seriously don't know who comes up with this stuff. Sick people.
I don't get it.
Well, not necessarily sick. They're indulging in what they enjoy, so I can say that.
I wouldn't say sick, but deviant.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
It's
not
art.
wrong. I just don't like it.
Deviant art.
Exactly. It's not wrong. I just don't like it. And, my philosophy says don't offer unwanted opinions. So, if I met somebody who's into that, I'd probably just be like, okay, it's your bag, not mine.
But yes.
You can dig it.
Shoot, I don't know what the next one is off the top of my head. Where did that remote go?
This is the eternal struggle.
Yes, his Netflix has been shut temporarily.
I'm broke, okay?
The next one is Some Pony to Watch Over Me.
Is this a good one?
It's a Cutie Mark Crusaders episode.
Oh, then I'll probably enjoy it. I can't believe I'm saying I'm going to enjoy it because it's a Cutie Mark Crusaders episode. I hated them at first.
They grow a lot on you.
They do.
As they personally seem to grow up.
Yeah. Scootaloo's still my favorite.
Like, they haven't physically changed at all, of course. They're using the same
I have to wonder, though, going back to another episode, would I have gotten as angry if they were bullying another one of the CMC? Because I mentioned Scootaloo is my absolute favorite out of the three of them.
I think, to me personally, it's the subject matter that they would that they bullied her about.
Yeah. It's really not fair. I think that we should crucify her anyway. Ask her
Oh, God, I just realized that's mentioned on the vlog.
Crucifying Diamond Tiara?
Yeah, the crucifixion of Diamond Tiara.
She deserves it, and worse.
Hang on, are you gonna have them just make the plushie and then you personally make the board?
Actually, I can't touch a crucifix. I'll catch fire.
That's why I said board.
Yes. Oh yeah, let's put her on a dirty old plywood board.
A dirty one even?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put it outside for 3 days before I crucify her on it.
Huh.
Rarity finds this terribly uncouth. She bullied your sister. Does Rarity even know about that?
Actually, I've always wondered if the older siblings know, if anyone really even knows about Diamond Tiara and Silver.
If Granny Smith knew, she would do something about it. I feel like Rarity would just be like one of those people who's like, well, you're better than her or something like that. Just give her some worthless advice that meaning well, but just not being able to give the right advice.
Yeah. I don't know. Rarity's been known to go pretty brutal.
Rainbow Dash. Yeah, Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash.
If she found out, she would be probably kicking them.
I'm not sure about kicking them.
She would do something about it is what I'm...
She would do something about it. They would all do something about it.
Which also is not the right approach.
Honestly, I think that Rarity would actually have the best approach.
Possibly.
Like, yeah, she would try and say, well, you're better than them. Try and get everyone on your side.
And it would be pretty easy because nobody really likes
Diamond
Diamond Tiara.
Figure out a way to show everyone how they are.
Does anybody even really like Diamond Tiara or Silver Spoon?
No.
Why do we remember their names?
Actually, Silver Spoon. Silver Spoon seems to get a pass for some reason.
Well, it's because, again,
what do we do? We already called them blank flanks.
I also think she's not very smart upon hearing that. But I feel like she's redeemable. I don't feel like Diamond Tiara is. I feel like Diamond Tiara just needs to go.
Diamond Tiara would have to have an entire arc to her redemption.
If she managed to get redeemed,
even if it was just like a background arc.
Oh, you remember we said that bet if we didn't release Fear and Loathing by February 20th, We go downtown wearing brony shirts.
Yes.
I thought we'd step it up. You go carrying this, and I'll get the Luna plushie. And we have to walk around with that in our hands everywhere we go.
In our hands?
In our hands, and when we go to eat, set it down on the counter.
Nah, I vote pocket.
It has to be visible. That's the only thing that matters.
In the pocket, front hoops hanging out.
Yes.
I'll have to see if that will actually fit in any of mine.
It'll probably fit in that pocket.
Yeah, she fits in the hoodie.
And
it's just a matter of will she stay.
You know what I think is going to happen if we do
hoodie.
that? I truly think that if we're going to walk around like that, we're going to get some people stare at us and some people like bro fist, bro hoof, or whatever it is.
Yeah, we just have the random people just...
Did we mention the story about Michael's yet?
You mean Joanne's? No, wait, not Joanne's.
It was Michael's. We were looking for Joanne's, and
it wasn't Joanne's. It was
Bed Bath & Beyond first.
Yes, we went to Bed Bath & Beyond.
He needed frames for his posters.
Yes, I got a couple art frames. Bit of artwork that one of them I had a sleeve for to begin with, so I just hung it up in the sleeve with tape before, and now I got this other print, so I figured I was going to get 2 frames.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was saying, I'm looking for frames for these. I don't want them matte with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no idea what sizes they are. The one lady that was looking at the pictures didn't have any idea what either of them were. Mm-hmm. She had no idea. It was Garuk from Magic the Gathering, drawn by Drew Baker. He actually lives like a city over. And Human Twilight, and the other girl in the counter, she was at the register next to her, said, "Oh, you got to get a frame for Twilight.
Yes,
you got to get a frame for Princess Twilight."
That was a crowning moment.
And it was just a matter of we met another
Pegasus
yeah, we met another brony out there. A Pegasister.
Whichever you prefer.
I like calling them Pegasisters. I don't know why.
Whatever they want to be called is how I feel.
Because honestly.
But then what happened when we went to Best Buy? There was a Twilight Sparkle stuff thing sitting on the counter.
Yes. Someone actually had a Twilight plush, a Twilight mini Beanie Baby sitting on the counter.
Not really accurate to the show at all, but it's still there.
No, wait, it was one of those figures that you'd comb their hair. Yeah. It was one of the Hasbro toys.
Yeah. The stupid ones. The fans make better toys.
Actually, this isn't a fan-made.
It's not?
No,
it's not, actually.
This is Hasbro.
Really?
Yeah.
Good job, Hasbro.
They do a good job with their stuffed animals. When it comes to their figures, they just use the same mold, the same materials. They don't style the hair properly.
We're really talking about hair on pony toys right now?
Huh?
Are we really talking about hair on pony toys right now?
Yeah.
Well, let's get off that subject and back to what we were saying.
Come on. They managed to straighten the hair on Barbies. Why can't they do it on the ponies?
Did you just compare ponies to Barbies?
The fabric and the hair is similar.
But you still compared ponies to Barbies.
The toys. Different story.
Hold that. Now keep it there. I'm going to drink some of this soda now.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next time after some pony to watch over.
I hope you enjoyed our rants.
Yeah, as we went on for
40 minutes.
Yeah, later.